Alrighty then. Welcome to the work table here at Wingnut Bike Works. Got a little project lined up for today. Now the other day, I broke my belt, and I had to make me a new one out of an old bicycle tire. You can link to that video right there if you haven't seen that one yet. I decided that today we'd take these two nifty belt buckles that Kira found while out thrifting and yard selling. The first one is this classic Ghostbusters belt buckle. Classic Ghostbusters. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! Yeah, that'd be enough of that. Anyway, we got a classic Ghostbusters belt buckle. It's got a little wear and tear. I like that. That's nice. Next, we got the Ninja Turtles. I believe that's Leonardo with the blue. Both of these thrifted from the local glorified Goodwill. Thank you very much, Kira. That's an awesome kick down. So I was downstairs earlier cleaning out the basement, the dungeon here at the works, to make a little space to repair bikes during these cold winter months. And when I did, I came across these two old tires. I remember finding these tires a couple years ago. They ain't too bad a condition, but they got a little wear and tear on them. So what I'm going to do with these here tires is I'm going to make some more belts out of them. I'm going to chop them up, cut them up, turn them into one-of-a-kind, unique belts. What I got lined up in my head is I figure this. I found this red one. It looks right nice with that Ghostbusters. This here nice blue one, which I think would match Leonardo pretty good. So let's get started. I'm going to move this camera so I can get a better angle and I can have more space to work here. Alrighty then. To get started, you need some tires. And you need one of these bad boys. This is a bolt cutter. Now you can do this with wire snips, but let me tell you, you're going to have a hell of a time. Get my tires, find that metal bead around there. There you go. Same thing on the bottom. Take one of these bad boys. Put it right around there. Be careful, because you don't want to cut too high up in the tread, because that's going to be your actual belt. One side out. Get this blue one. Yeah. Alright, once you got that done, take a pair of scissors. I take this big old kitchen scissors. Alright, now that you get that part done, what we do next is clean them. Now me personally, I don't got nothing against a little dirt, grime, and grease. But some of y'all out there have an aversion to dirt. Not everyone would agree. And with that in mind, it's time to clean these tires up before we get on the next step. Get some of this grit off. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these over to the sink, get us a little soap, a little scrub brush, and we'll scrub these bad boys cleaner than they've been in years. So you just want to scrub them up nice and clean. When I make these belts, I try to look for nice tread patterns. Both of these are pretty nice. So you want to look for a nice tread pattern. You don't want a big old off-roading dirt bike BMX knobby belt. I mean, I guess you could, but you'd have to cut the middle out, and it's a real pain in the ass. The road bikes, cruisers, you know, tires off that. Scrub them up. Really nice pattern on both these. Got lucky. Alrighty. I'm gonna keep scrubbing. Alrighty then. Let's get on with the next part of this little operation. And it's my least favorite part. I love these belts. I really do. I like the finished product. But this part of the process, I really am not fond of. There's got to be an easier way to do it. But considering my space, tools, and materials, this is the best I got to come up with. You take those big old scissors. Now that's where you got to decide exactly the width and where you want to cut your belt. We got plenty of width here. You could go all the way wide if you wanted to, really. I don't like these sidewalls. It looks raggedy. You're gonna have to trim it up, get that looking nice. You're gonna be raggedy about it. You gotta have a little class, a little style. And I've decided we're gonna take it right there. I don't know if you can see that, but right there where the tread starts. As long as we keep it right inside that space there. Don't want to overlap onto the tread, and we don't want to stray too far down in here because we don't want any of this sidewall showing. Here we go with my least favorite, most time-consuming part of this. So, anybody out there want a job that's local here to B-Town or might be coming through, doesn't pay shit, but there's plenty of work. Cutting tires. This is how I pay the bills. One of many ways. Not particularly making belts every day, but making something every day. There's creators and there's consumers. Sometimes you're both. Sometimes you choose a side. So you just go all the way up. Some of these tires are worse than others. This blue one here, surprisingly, isn't too awful bad. If you was working with one of those old knobby BMX tires, you'd be having a lot of difficulty right now because on the side, where it transitions into a sidewall, which all you BMX riders and mountain bike riders too might know, I'm sure you do already, there's big, what they call knobby threads right there, big old chunks of rubber you'd have to be cutting through. So you want to try to work with, road tires, beach cruiser tires, street tire, all-terrain tire. Makes it a little easier to work with. Now, I don't get these perfect. I mean, if you took and looked real close, it wavers. Thus, handcrafted. And I don't get it spick and span brand new clean. If he's looking for that, well, he wasn't looking for Wingnut Bike Works. There's plenty of other folks that offer you that shiny new stuff. But I'm trying to keep this stuff DIY. In this case, I guess it would be D-I small f y. Me doing it for you. And you get to sleep sound at night, knowing you have done a gracious act of compassion and generosity by supporting starving artists and craftsmen like myself, and supporting the whole DIY lifestyle via Wingnut Bike Works, as well as performing an act of resistance and revolution by assisting me in avoiding taking part in this capitalistic beast of a system and avoid getting a quote unquote real job. I guess you can understand why this is my least favorite part of this whole project. So just cut her as close as you can. Again, we're not looking for perfection here, folks. This is DIY. If you're wanting perfection, well, you're at the wrong place. Alrighty then, we got that all done. Next, we're going to take it back to the sink and give it a thorough scrubbing. Get down there as much as possible. I don't want you getting your pretty clothes all dirty. So we're going to scrub these down. And then we'll come back to the fun part, which is punching some holes through this and adding the belt buckle. Let's get a little idea what that's going to look like. Oh, that's going to be pretty. That's going to be pretty. Who you going to call? Wingnut Bike Works, of course. Alrighty then. Get your little dish soap. Get your cheap little scrub brush you don't mind running. Get some hot water. Start scrubbing these bad boys down. Alrighty. Once you get them all washed up, lay them to the side somewhere to dry out. I just hang these out the window. Make sure you got a nice pattern when you pick out your belt. Pay attention. This one here, that's real nice. A lightning bolt going up the middle. These geometric patterns. Thing about these belts, since they're made out of old bike tires, really rugged and they stand up to the test of time. Look at that cool little Ninja Turtles buckle. She's not vintage, but she sure looks it. It's retro. The original turtle style. That's when I liked them. See that? I like that. That's the stuff I'm looking for right there. I want to leave that on there somehow. This next part is the fun part. We cut this approximately size. I'll leave it pretty wide. About 40 inches. Or bigger. I kind of wait until I see who's buying it and try to get their waist size, and then I'll punch the holes for the actual size in. But, for demonstration purposes, we're going to do the whole belt today. And I think we'll start with this red one. Now, me, myself, I like defects. I look at a belt. When I go to cut a tire up, I want the defects. You know, if there's a big old tack in there or nail. Especially when it comes to the inner tubes, I like to try to get the writing on it or whatever. You know, it just seems to add to it. So, I like the defects. I think it gives it character. So you take a good look at it. You decide which end you want to use. This end looks a little more ragged to me, like it's a little more faded, so I'm going to hide that behind this here buckle. Oh, yeah, that's a nice buckle. That's a good score on Cure's behalf. I mean, that's a licensed product. Fold over about 2 inches or so. Kind of get an idea where you're working with. Turn them out a little nicer. Put a shape to it. This is as clean as they get, folks. We call that patina around here, or a rustic look. I had a customer buy one of my chain link bracelets made out of old bicycle chains. You know, one of these deals that I offer in the shop. And I plainly state in the shop, so there's no confusion in the shop policies description there on the Etsy shop. I plainly say, you know, my stuff is dirty, used, and recycled, repurposed items. If you're looking for brand new, spanking nice items, you're probably at the wrong place, because my merchandise is DIY and it's definitely grungy. But anyway, she bought the bracelet and she gave me an awesome review. It's actually my lowest review so far. It was only 4 stars instead of 5. Usually I get 5-star review from everybody, so I think I'm doing people right. I try to treat people like I want to be treated when it comes to my dealings with other individuals. But anyway, so she left me a 4-star rating. I guess I didn't get a 5-star due to the fact it was a little too dirty for her liking. She said in her you can go look at it over at the Etsy shop, but in her review she said something like it still had a lot of grime or grit or dirt on it. Just the right amount of patina is what she said. And she still gave me 4 stars, so, you know, I'm not complaining. We'll call it patina from now on. So, this here belt, I've scrubbed her down twice, but I mean, look at there. It is a used tire, folks. I mean, yeah, if you're looking for something else fancier and nicer, there's plenty of places to go. Go to Hot Topic, I guess. hit them all. There's all kinds of stuff out there. But if you're looking for DIY, punk, grunge, street level style, that's me. Anyway, I thought that was funny. I'll put 2 rivets on here just to make her nice and secure. So we want to give ourselves plenty of room. Let's go about right there. Right like that. Get your trusty Sharpie. Kind of just eyeball it. Folks, I ain't real fancy. I don't do a lot of schematics and measuring and, you know, blah, blah, blah. I don't do that. Here's what I do. I give her a look. I'm like, I want 2 rivets in here. I want one towards the end for security reasons, you know, make it nice and secure. Put a dot right in there, right? Bam, that's where we're gonna go. Right about right in there. That's all the measuring you gotta do. I'm from here in Indiana, and when I was a young man, I used to work construction with the Amish. They seldom use the level or tape measure, and their houses and craftsmanship's just excellent. So maybe that's where I get it from. All right, what you want to do is get your hole punch. You get a whole set of these pretty cheap. I got these online. I don't know. I think I paid like a few bucks. Probably go to the craft store, Hobby Lobby, wherever. I reckon you could probably do like I used to do and just take a knife and punch you some holes, but we're going to do it legit. Get you a hole punch. Get you a couple rivets. Now these are the only things that I find that I have to buy. I don't find these much when it comes to rivets and stuff like that. But I mean, they're so inexpensive. You know, you can walk down the street next to the curb and find enough change to get a couple bags of these. Seriously, folks. You want to get your rivets ready? Get your hole punch. That's probably plenty big enough. Let's see. Make sure you pick a punch out that's big enough for your rivet. That's plenty. Take this, get you a nice sturdy surface behind it. Then you think of somebody that really pissed you off today. You whack your hole in there. Alrighty then. Belt buckle. Get your rivet. Like I said, you can get these pretty cheap. We're gonna go with this little short one because on the short ones, the bottom one's finished off too. Whereas on the longer ones that I have at least, they're not as finished. So considering the quality of this buckle, let's see if we can get her a nice finished look on there. Completely through, like so. Get your little mini anvil. Put that right on top of there. These little tools come with these. You can get the whole kit for like 10 bucks or less, maybe 15, depending on where you're at. You can go online. I think I got mine on eBay for like 10, 15 bucks. All right, once again, think of somebody pissed you off today. Another one. Put your cap on there, put her on your anvil, get her centered, and think somebody pissed you off today. Once again. Now look at there. Starting to look like a belt. Now I want to trim her up a little bit because I don't like that overlap. So I always try to trim them down. Look at that. Looking good. Next part's fun as hell. And it's very important. See how big this is. First one test, see how big it is. See, look, that ain't gonna go on there, is it? Just slides right on there. Now here's how I measure my belts. I got a 31-inch waist at the moment. So I ought to wrap it around me. And that puts it right there. So then I just eyeball it up. I figure we'll give you a few more notches than that. Put you about 28 inches on up. Try to get her in the middle. Now if you want to get fancy, this is the point where you want to get you out a tape measure. I usually just eyeball it. But you know, you want to go about an inch. which to me looks like a little bit more than one lightning slash. Just go down the belt. Thinking of somebody that pissed you off today. Oh, if I had a hammer.
Hey!
For the last time, think of somebody that pissed you off today. Kind of like I'm probably pissing off my housemates. They just love me. Alright, let's see what we got we're working here with. What's the final result? From hook, that last hole's right at 50 inches, folks. I'd say this here belt will fit anybody from 28-inch waist all the way up to 50-inch waist. We're going to leave it real long for now. That way, if somebody orders it, we can custom cut it to their size. We're going to curve it off as if it was going to sell at a 50-inch waist. And that there is how you make a belt from an old bicycle tire here at Wingnut Bike Works. Now let's get this other one done, then we can get these listed up in the shop in case any of you folks out there are interested in wearing this. Now let's do the same thing to that other one. We'll do the same thing on this one. Fold her over. These are easy to, if you really want to get these really clean and looking nice, get you some Armor All, you know, that you use on your tires on your car. If you got a car or on your bicycle, take you some Armor All and slide down there. I give them one coat before I send them off, but usually by the time you get them, that's all soaked into the rubber. So get you some Armor All, go over this, and it makes them look really nice. Me, I just leave them grungy and dirty because, well, that's how I am. Now, people ask me, they go, hey, don't you think you're going to cut your own throat if you start showing people how to do this stuff themselves? Why would they buy your stuff? I'm like, well, if they want to do it themselves, I encourage that 100%. But if they ain't got the time or the tools or the resources, but they still like the ideal of keeping stuff out of the landfill and reusing stuff and like the overall aesthetic and DIY look, well, here you go. Well, that's so pretty, I might keep that one for myself. See, that's the thing, folks. I make this stuff because I like it and I wear it. So, sometimes it never makes it to the shop. Sometimes, a good majority of the times, you'll see it on me. Alrighty then. Turn her around. The only real secret to this is when you go to cut tires, make sure you angle your scissors inward so that the edge is always going in. I don't know if that made any sense to you. If not, comment down below and I'll try to explain it better. Look at that. Look at there. This one here ain't quite as long. Looks like showing measures about 48.5-ish inches. Down to the first button be about 48 inches. This here belt should fit anybody from about a 28-inch waist to 40-ish inch waist. I'm a little too skinny to model these, but I'll put them on anyway. We'll loop around a couple of times. They probably go around me twice. Alrighty. Thanks for watching. Leave some hate comments below. If you found this video helpful or entertaining, please hit that like button down there. Subscribe if you want to see more of these crappy videos and me turning trash into treasures. I'm going to clean this mess up. Go hang out with the pack, my loved ones. You can catch Wingnut Bike Works on social media at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, even Pinterest, all those. All the links are down below. Again, thank you for watching. I hope you found this a little bit helpful. If you got any questions or any hate comments, please put them down below. Share this video with people you love if you liked it. Share it with people you can't stand if you find it annoying and you hate it. I'm going to make these available in the Wingnut Bike Works Etsy shop. They'll be dirt cheap. You can wrap these around your waist. You can look cool as shit while you're out there riding your bike. Now get off of here. After you go over to the Etsy shop, links down below. Now get out of here and go ride your bike.
Death rides a bike, but she can't catch me. Death ride. Death ride. Death ride. Death rides a bike, but she can't catch me. Death ride. Death ride. Death ride. Death rides a bike, but she can't catch me. Death rides a bike, but she can't catch me. Death rides a bike, but she can't catch me. Death rides a bike, but she can't catch me. Death rides a bike, but she can't catch me. Death rides a bike, but she can't catch me.